the previous lesson, we took some time to look at our starting point and identify one area in our life that matters most to us. Now we're going to talk about where we'd like to be and the growth we'd like to see in that area, and as well how that would affect us. Go ahead and take some time, consider the following questions. Feel free to pause the video if you need as we look at expanding this and looking to where you'd like to be in this area. So as you look from 1 to 10, you've rated this area with a number. What would it look like for you to increase that number by 1? How would that affect you? How would that affect other areas of your life? What would change about you and your satisfaction if that were the case? Now, let me give you an example. For me, I would rate my health and exercise right now probably 6 out of 10. And if that went to a 7, I know I would feel more disciplined in my life. I would have more energy. I think I would just have an overall better sense of well-being, intentionality, feeling like I'm really investing in the things that matter to me. So take some time and consider how would increasing your area by 1 affect you and as well potentially the other areas in your life. Now we're going to take a look. I'm going to push you a bit here, but if you were to increase it by 2, so for me it'd be from 6 to 8, for you whatever that might be, what then would be the difference between 2 points and just the 1 point? And so for me, what that looks like is if I were to go from a 6 to an 8, I know that 8, there would be deeper confidence for sure. I could see it affecting also my productivity in that I'd have more energy. I would be, overall, the lifestyle I feel like would be a more just satisfying lifestyle in that I know that I'm continuing to invest in things that matter to me, but also it's affecting the other areas of my life in regards to my rest, my relationships, my work, in those areas. And so for me to go from a 6 to an 8 is actually really exciting because I know it's not only affecting that area, but multiple areas. Go ahead, take some time and consider what would it be like for you to see an increase by 2 numbers in this area. And lastly, now we're going to just take a look at some self-reflection. I want you to consider in the last 2 questions, what you've written down, how you've answered it, typed it out. What has stuck out to you? What are you realizing about yourself? What are you realizing about how you define satisfaction? And begin just to make notes of that and respond in what you're seeing and what you're noticing. Now, I recognize that taking on a new goal can be daunting at times, and some of you may feel a bit overwhelmed or unsure where to start. I'd encourage you, that's a great opportunity to look at identifying some of the obstacles that we feel. I've found that when I simply just recognize them, see the obstacles, they're not as daunting as they were, and then give some time to look at solutions for them. And if you need help, ask a friend. We'd love to talk with you here at Life Duo about how to move forward in these areas. As well, for those of you who maybe feel a bit more, energetic, you're excited, you're like, Ivan, how do I continue to move forward in these areas? We're going to talk about that in our next lesson.